It's your girl Jay, and welcome to Jay's Weekly Roundup, a show where I talk about everything that happened in K-pop this week. So this is a new segment I'm trying, and you may be thinking it's similar to the old Daily Dose, where I talk about multiple topics in an episode, but this is a bit different because it's more smaller things that maybe I couldn't fill up a whole video with, or things that I might have just missed this week. So let's start off with the first topic. BTS, my baes right now, who recently were signed as the new spokesmodels of a phone company, SK Telecom, is that what it's called? Well, they recently released a new CF and they teamed up with Jessie, and let's talk about how this made me cry. So the CF, they're in this garage, don't know how they get there, but they're with Jessie and they look so freaking good. Like, I was just, innocently scrolling through Twitter, and then there was just like this short clip of it, and I was like, what is this? And I saw, Suga was up in there going, nope, and like Jessie was there, like, and I was just like, this is so perfect, and I love it so much. So I was literally listening to it like it was a new release. I downloaded the audio on my iPod, and then somebody decided to make an English translation version. They did us a solid and they translated it to English. And let me talk about how I wish I had one of those Men in Black devices where you look into the light and they flash and you forget their memory, because those lyrics were so lame. But it's kind of like, what did I expect? Because it's to promote a data plan. But I wish I unsaw those. Was there ever a time that you wish you unsaw the meaning or the translation of lyrics? Because that happens to me that happened to me a couple times. But anyway, I just thought they looked so hot. And my fave is Suga, and he's out here talking about data plans, and he's still spitting hot fire. What are we to do? How is that fair? Jessie looked really, really cool too. She just, I don't know, she's really cool. And it's kind of interesting that out of everyone, because she was definitely one of the better rappers on Unpretty Rap Star. You had Cheetah, you had different rappers, but it seems like out of all the Unpretty Rap Star girls, first and second season, she's kind of, I would say she's doing the best right now, and it's not even because she's like a superior rapper, but just because she was able to form like a character and a variety presence. Moving on, my boy Zion T signs to YG Teddy's label. So before I go on, just want to make it clear that he's not signed to YG in any capacity. Teddy is under YG, but Zion T is under Teddy's label. So it's kind of hard because I kind of looked at it like a Tableau High Ground thing, where Tableau's record label High Ground is not really affiliated by YG, but it kind of is because they do offer them support. So a lot of people were seeing this as the equivalent to him signing under YG. I know legally speaking he didn't sign under YG, but like just so closely related to YG. People were just really interesting because he used to be under Amiibo Culture, which was a very non-mainstream. It was created by Dynamic Duo, but it had a lot of like indie, cool hip-hop, R&B artists under it. And Zion T, with his hits last year, like Eat and Yanghwa Bridge and things like that, definitely was becoming a big person in the game. And so I see this move, like a lot of people are like, oh, them hoes ain't loyal, but I kind of see this move as him just, wanting to expand his reach. Like, definitely his songs last year were mainstream hits, but like, I feel like even if you manage to break through musically, without having a strong company backing, it's kind of hard for you to do certain things regardless of how your music's received. So I kind of saw it as, a way for him. He probably just saw it as a way for him to have bigger reach. I'm just gonna trust Zion T because he's one of my baes, so I think he'll know what he's doing. Now, let's get into the shady part of this story. After this news was announced, a lot of fans noticed that Crush, kind of like Zion T's like BFF, I guguess you would say. They do a lot of songs together and they're seen together. They were like a package deal for KCON last year. Like it has to be Zion T and Crush. But people noticed that Crush deleted all mentions and pictures of Zion T off his Instagram and apparently other social media. So Crush is also under Amiibo Culture. I think the first thing when Zion T officially was announced to have left that label, people were like, what will Crush do? Like, Crush is is probably going to follow him. So when all of a sudden all mentions of Zion T and things like that were deleted off his Instagram, people were wondering what's up. And let me add that it's hilarious that literally Instagram is now a source of like news now. Like Instagram is how, like, shadiness on Instagram is how people get their news on famous people's relationships now. But yeah, so everything was gone, and it was the equivalent of like when you break up with your ex and, or I guess break up with your boyfriend or girlfriend, and then you delete them off your social media. So people are like suggesting that there might have been a falling out because Zion T decided to leave Crush at Amoeba Culture. Why else would you delete somebody off your Instagram? Like, they seem like best friends. So for him to just do that, I don't know, it was really scary. And I hope, don't break up the team, yo. I hope they're okay, because honestly, their songs together are always so dope. Two Melodies, when I first heard that, tear down both eyes. So last but not least, Top of Big Bang is in some trouble. So footage is going viral of a video of Top in China disposing of a cigarette butt by throwing it outside of his car and onto the ground. Now, on March 14th, Top did apologize for the video and for his actions. However, a lot of people are still dragging him. Now, one of the things that I do appreciate about this scandal is that it wasn't focused on the fact that he smokes. I thought a lot of people would be like, oh, Pure Oppa is smoking. Now, I'm not for smoking at all. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like cigarette smoke in my face at all. But I do get that, like, if you're a grown person, you have the choice to do whatever you want with your body. Now, as somebody who is a singer and a rapper and needs things like endurance and like healthy lungs to be able to perform on stage, I don't understand why you would do that. Why you would make it even harder for yourself. But I also respect the fact that he's a grown man, he can do what he wants. Now, for the fact that he threw the cigarette outside onto the floor, I'm not here for littering. That is definitely a bad thing, especially when you have young, impressionable fans, and you should not be, you know, littering and things like that. But I felt like a lot of people were taking it really far, and I feel like it's because, from what I've seen, I mean, don't get me wrong, Big Bang has a lot of stans, but online there's also a lot of hate for Big Bang. So I feel like anytime Big Bang does something, everyone's like, ah! Like, everyone like goes crazy, and they're like, this is our chance. And I think the two ones that are safe in terms of Big Bang are Taeyong and Top, because they haven't gotten into too big of a scandals. So if you don't like Big Bang and you have this situation where, you know, one of the Pure members did something, of course you'd come for them. But yeah, I'm not saying now it was a bad thing. So people were saying, calm down. No, because you shouldn't be littering, all right? You shouldn't be doing that. I thought it was pretty interesting that he had the gall to do it in front of a bunch of fans. Like, dude, what? This definitely deserves to be talked about because it was a bad thing. But like I said, he already apologized, so I feel like that's kind of like the end of it. So that's it for this week in K-pop. If I missed any important topics that you think I should tack over to the next episode of this show, make sure to tell me below. Also, make sure to tell me about your opinions on what I talked about today down below. Who was the hottest in the BTS x Jessie CF that came out for SK Telecom? It was Sugar. Write Sugar and you'll get a special prize, because you'll be right. Do you think the backlash that Top received for throwing the cigarette butt out of the car was reasonable or over the top? And last but not least, what do you think about Zion T signing to Teddy's label? And do you think him and Crush are over for good? Make sure to let me know down below, and see you next time on Jay's Weekly Roundup.